Hi there everyone, Rob here with today's Western Pacific weather update. It is currently the 31st of January 2012 and out here across Eastern Asia and the Western Pacific, the winter season really is dominating out here. We have the Siberian high continuing to ridge in. Southern periphery of that, we do have a trough of low pressure producing some fog across much of eastern China with that sea effect snow really continuing to affect much of western Japan here as well. That's what you can see across much of the Sea of Japan here is all these stratocumulus cloud tops, and actually if you look at the snowfall amounts over the past 7 days, you can see some of these totals here across much of western Honshu adding up to over a meter of snowfall in the past week alone. So some very heavy snow totals out here across this region. I know there's reports of actually accidents occurring out here due to a lot of the blowing snow, because accompanying this heavy snowfall is some exceptionally high winds. Actually, let's look at some of the surface analysis here from KMA, showing these areas here in green. Now those areas are indicating that snowfall or some form of precipitation, but we know due to the low temperatures out here and also this overall wind pattern going on out here, this is definitely snowfall occurring. But check out some of these wind barbs. That is a 15 to 20, 25 knot actually off here towards the north wind barbs. So some pretty gusty winds out here across much of western Honshu and even up towards Hokkaido. So that combined with the blowing snow and that wind chill definitely is spelling for a fairly dangerous situation out here. But as we look out towards the west, out here in the west over eastern China, we were talking about that fog just a second ago. That's what's being indicated out there with all those areas in yellow as well. So be sure if you're driving out here, make sure you just slow down and take a little bit extra time, especially if you're in some of those dense patches of fog. But let's look at the high temperatures over the next 24 hours, and check this out. In Seoul, a high of -8 over the next 24 hours here, extending out towards the first. So very cold temperatures out there as the high continues to creep towards the south. Also producing some very dry conditions out here, but those bitter cold temperatures, and especially in the overnight hours, a lot of that ground heat really kind of just escapes into space here, into the atmosphere. So that's why out here across much of eastern and western China as well, those very cold temperatures. But out ahead of it though, you're actually seeing a high of 10 out in Tokyo, expecting those to drop down as well though, as we start to see the high continuing to push in after another area of low pressure moves over Japan here in the coming days. And the tropics still looking fairly warm out there, looking across the Philippines in the high 20s to low 30s, and even out towards much of southern India as well. You're still seeing those high temperatures out there. So welcomed relief as far as the tropical weather, and also northeast monsoon. If we pull up the GFS model outlook here for the tropics, you can see that it's not very active down towards the south. You have some areas here in green. Actually across much of the Philippines you are seeing some scattered rain showers, and even out towards Thailand and the Malaysian peninsula there. But if we go over the next several days, nothing organized pops up in the tropics. But I do want to note here, as we go into the first, you do have this area of low pressure developing over the Sea of Japan. Now that's going to even bring more snowfall out there. And look at this, so 528 line. I always talk about that 528 line as the key line. Above that you're going to be seeing those snowfall and those temperatures below zero. Well, look at this, well above it, and definitely going to be expecting a lot of snowfall out here across much of western Japan. But as we move into the second, that low does spin up and move across the country here, so you could even be seeing some snowfall, especially Wednesday night into Thursday out there in the Kanto Plain, and definitely across the Korean Peninsula, specifically the western side and the eastern side right near the coast. You got some of that ocean effect snow coming across there as well. But that's really the main feature here over the next several days as we continue to watch that low push off. High is going to continue to ridge back in, bring in even colder and cooler temperatures there, and that's definitely going to drop down. So the big topic here for today is these bitter cold temperatures. But that is all for right now, everybody. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them in the comment box below. And as always, please stay safe out there, everybody. But I do have one more thing. I'm going to be out of pocket here for about a week now, so I might have some text updates coming out. Pat and Francis still going to be putting out their daily updates as well, but I'm not going to be having any videos at least out until about the mid part of February. Very busy times coming up here for me, so just be aware of that. You can also check out Pat's and Francis videos here. Just look at the links in the bottom right here, just have them annotated, so check those out as well. But thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.